you horrible, horrible people. Alright, I want to level with you. Today, I'm not going to be the filthy Carmine. I'm just going to take my glasses off and read a book. Being, Carmine. Today's book, we're going to read The Little Prince by Antonio de Saint-Exupéry. The Little Prince. By the author of Night Flight, Wind, Sand, and Stars, Southern Mail, Flight to Aris, Airman's Odyssey, Letter to Hostage, Wisdoms of Sand. The Little Prince. The Little Prince. Once when I was 6 years old, I saw a magnificent picture in a book called True Stories from Nature about the primitive forest. It was a picture of a boa constrictor in the act of swallowing an animal. Here is a copy of the drawing. In the book, it said boa constrictors swallow their prey whole without chewing it. After that, they are not able to move, and they sleep through the 6 months that they need for digestions. I pondered deeply. Then over the adventures of the jungle, and after some work with a colored pencil, I succeeded in making my first drawing, my drawing number 1. It looked like this. I showed my masterpiece to the grown-ups and asked them whether the drawing frightened them, but they answered, "Frightened? Why should I be frightened by a hat?" My drawing was not a picture of a hat. It was a picture of a boa constrictor digesting an elephant. But since the grown-ups were not able to understand it, I made another drawing. I drew the inside of a boa constrictor so that the grown-ups could see it clearly. They always need to have things explained. My drawings number 2 look like this. The grown-ups' response to this time was to advise me to lay aside my drawings of boa constrictors, whether from the inside or the outside, and devote my life instead to geography, history, and arithmetic, and grammar. That is why at the age of 6 I gave up. What might have been a magnificent career as a painter, I had been disheartened by the failure of my drawing number 1 and my drawing number 2. Grown-ups never understand anything by themselves, and it's tiresome for children to be always and forever explaining things to them. So then I chose another profession and learned to pilot airplanes. I have flown a little over all parts of the world, and it is true in geography has been very useful to me. At a glance, I can distinguish China from Arizona. If one gets lost in the night, such knowledge is valuable. In the course of this life, I have had a great many encounters with a great many people who have been concerned with matters of consequence. I have lived a great deal among grown-ups. I have seen them immediately, intimately close at hand, and that hasn't much improved in my opinion of them. Whenever I met one of them who seemed to be at all clear-sighted, I tried the experiment of showing my drawing number 1, which I have always kept. I would try to find out if this was a person of true understanding, but whoever it was, he or she would always say, "This is a hat." Then I would never talk to that person about bow constructors or primeval forests or stars. I would bring myself to this level. I would talk to them about bridge and golf and politics and neckties, and the grown-up would be gently pleased to have met such a sensible man. End of chapter 1. Well, I want to leave a comment to see if you, like this new format of videos. I think I'll call this Carmine time, and we'll do like very respectable things. We're not going to be weird. We're going to do like things like reading books, or maybe we'll even do a podcast. Who knows? Subscribe. It would really make my day. Goodbye, viewers. And remember, stay filthy.